Ray Shero with the #1 pick. Gary Bettman welcoming Ray Shero to the stage. Taking over, Tommy Fitzgerald is the assistant general manager. They worked together in Pittsburgh for a time.
On behalf of the New Jersey Devils organization and our ownership group, Josh Harris and David Blitzer, I want to thank the city of Chicago, John McDonough, Mr. Wirtz. Also want to say hello to our tremendous fans back in Newark, New Jersey at our draft festival. With our first selection in the 2017 entry draft, the New Jersey Devils are proud to welcome from the Halifax Mooseheads, Nico Hischier.
If you look back a year ago, this is a massive shock. Not so much in the last couple of months, but where Nico Hischier has come from, it's not left field, but it's deep shortstop.
Well, no question about it. And you think about going back to him playing with men a couple of years ago for Guy Boucher in the Burn system and then making his way to the Halifax Mooseheads. But the Halifax Mooseheads must know what they're doing. Cam Russell and Bobby Smith, the group there, have selected Nikolai Ehlers, Timo Meyer, another Swiss player, Jonathan Drouin, Nathan McKinnon. And when you talk to their coaching staff, what they say about Nico Hischier is the fact that his game is more rounded than all of those players at this age. It doesn't mean that he's going to be one of those players, but at this age, for those other guys, this guy's a more well-rounded player.
Super emotional after the pick, too. The highest Swiss-born player ever to be picked in the National Hockey League Draft. And you know, when you look at Nico Hischier and the way he climbed and the pressure that he was under, that's the most impressive thing for me. He heard the noise, but he went through that noise and played his best hockey right down the stretches. The bigger stage for him, the bigger he played. That told me that he was a tremendous hockey player and going to move forward. Great pick by the New Jersey Devils.
38 goals this year, 86 points, Rookie of the Year in the QMJHL. There's so little to separate between themselves. His family goes through a multitude of emotions just as a family member, and then you just think about what's at stake here and what this means to Swiss hockey. He loves the shootout. He would watch Pavel Datsuk's highlights from the KHL, and he's a 200-foot player. When you're comparing a Canadian kid to the Euros, a lot of times you say the Euros got some flair. He ticks off all the boxes.
No question about it. And I think his coming out party, you go back to the World Juniors, in particular the game against the U.S., where he was so dynamic that he almost single-handedly beat the U.S. in that game. Of course, the U.S. went on to beat Canada and win gold. But Bob Motzko, the head coach at St. Cloud, who was the head coach for the U.S., said, this guy was the best guy we faced all tournament long, and I think that speaks volumes coming from a gold medal winning coach.
And you know, for me, it's the balance points. When you watch him play the game, he makes it look effortless the way he moves because he's so strong on his edges and the balance points that he has. And for me, that just tells me it's a guy that's really put together in that direction.